Oh no. Oh no. Wow, that was a nice 30-second drive. Oh, well, what have I done? Not a good job, that's for sure. I've booked a recovery truck to come in and take the car. I'm gonna take it up to a Land Rover specialist. They're gonna take the car in. They're gonna see exactly what is the problem. I think I know what the problem is. The coolant line has burst somewhere in the car. The fact that I've got everything on, everything will need to come straight back off, need to fix that. Then also I'm gonna get them to look and do a full check of all the components in the car. Then we will see exactly how much that will come to, and then pay it, basically. Yeah, it's if you can't laugh, you'll cry. So here we are, waiting for this to get picked up and taken to someone who knows what they're doing. What a eventful time that was. Hopefully I stopped the car before any serious damage was done. I started driving the car and then I had people honk the horn and I'm thinking, why are they honking? And I look in my rearview mirror and I just see loads of white smoke. I pulled over straight away, turned the car off, called the recovery guy. I only had 2 hours to get it in to a garage because everywhere was closing, being a Friday, no one's open on a weekend, and I didn't want to leave the SVR on the side of the road. So I managed in the nick of time to get everything in place to get the car up to a Land Rover specialist. Shout out to them because they waited until after 4:30 when they closed. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and say, I'm going to pay the money because I'd rather the car fixed and sound than not. So the mechanic told me that this pipe was a crucial pipe in the middle of the supercharger and it completely burst. Now, I would like to know, do you guys know how important this pipe is? Then he told me the smaller pipe that is also connected to the supercharger, if this goes, it can cause catastrophic damage, which essentially would finish the whole car. So anyone who has a Land Rover, Range Rover, I would highly recommend to use Jamieson's service centre. They have saved me a ton of money. If the Range Rover had engine failure, then it would have been a completely different story. So we have got this done. It's going to cost around £800 to £1,000, but it is a lot better than paying £8 grand for a new engine. Let's get the rest of the car sorted and let's get it out. And there she is. I've had the call to say it's all being done. I'm looking forward to actually taking it on the road and driving it for the first time. Technically the second time, but we won't count what happened previously. It is absolutely freezing. So let's go and pick the Range Rover SVR up. And here she is. Jamieson Service Centre, I would highly recommend. They took the Range Rover in last minute. They've sorted the problem out within 3 days. I think that is a good turnaround. Let's get her started up and let's get her on the road. I cannot wait. This is the first time I'm actually going to be driving her. Here she is. No warning lights. Come on. Here we have it, the SVR is back in our possession. Also, we have had a delivery. We have had the delivery for the alloys for the Bentley Continental GT, meaning that we can get these alloys swapped with these and get these sold. Now, what an absolute beast of a car. This has got to be one of my favorite cars going. The height, the engine, the sound, all of it makes this car one of my favorites. We are at the body shop. They've asked me to bring it up tomorrow, which in all fairness does me a massive favor because I can get these alloys sorted, then I can bring it back in the morning. So that is perfect. Now it is getting a little bit more dark. You can really see how much of a brilliant car this is. Let me just step out and show you. It is a great car. They're gonna sort out tomorrow all of the damage on the side of the doors. I couldn't ask for a better car than this, apart from the Batmobile, obviously. We have got so many things done in such a short time. This feels surreal. We are gonna get even more done tomorrow. So let's get this back, let's get the wheels on, and then let's bring the car up to the body shop tomorrow. We have got to the body shop, but they are closed. We are gonna have to come back to check up how they're getting on. I do hope that they are almost done. We have had another problem. It seems to be this time of year, we are getting all the problems. Tried to turn the car back on and we have no power. Seems like every car I get in, there's something that goes wrong with the battery. We are in a bit of a pickle. Okay, let's give it a go. Personally think it has something to do with the weather, not just me bringing bad luck to the car. Hopefully it works first time. Bang on, absolute legend. I will not make that mistake again. Day number 3 of picking up the Range Rover. It is looking pretty much complete. So let's go and pick this car up. Then we have our full focus on the Bentley Continental GT, the Batmobile. We are gonna get all the parts off the Bentley. We're gonna put all the new parts on. We're gonna wrap them. Then once all the separate parts are wrapped, we are going to attempt to wrap the full car. Now, I do not have a unit yet. I've been having a look at a few units I can potentially wrap the car in, although I know there's a few criteria that you do need to wrap the car in terms of being clean and dust free. That might be a little bit tricky, although I've got an alternative option that I've thought of. That being said, let's get on this train and let's get the Range Rover SVR. We are now off the train. We have around a 2-minute walk to the body shop to pick up the Range Rover SVR. I haven't seen what they've done since I was up here. Quite looking forward to seeing how it's gonna look. The closer I get, the more excited I am. You can see the smile on my face is ear to ear. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Here we have it. This is looking really good. It is looking like a brand new car. Now, we've had one small issue. The tyres are too big and when they turn, they will rub against the arch line, meaning smaller profile tyres. The guys have done really good though at the front. They've got the grille on. I'm gonna have to bring it back. They are gonna fix all of this, fix the new grill in with the camera. I'm gonna have to bring it back up next week to get all those last little bits fixed. All in all, it is looking really good. Apart from the few small little issues, we have got a very good car on our hands. We are going to have to make a decision whether we go down from 40 to a 35 tyre. Another thing that was on my to-do list today was to get door cards back in. I was going to do this, although it has got pretty dark and I do not want a repeat of the other night. I am going to make the decision to fix all of that in the morning. I have to say, the lighting in this car does look spectacular. Welcome back to another day of the SVR rebuild. We are going to be getting all the door cards on today and hopefully get it up to an almost complete standard. The only thing left we have to do is take it up to the body shop to get the front end repaired properly. Other than that, once we get all these door cards in, we can take it up, get it cleaned, and it should be pretty much good to go. So let's get these door cards on. Before we start, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It really means a lot. If you are liking the videos, please hit a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Also, I have a quick question for you guys. Now that we've almost completed this rebuild, what colour should I wrap the car in? Because I've had a few thoughts of what to wrap it in. Satin black, satin grey are my first two colours of choice. I'd like you guys to let me know in the comment section down below, what colour do you think I should wrap this Range Rover SVR in? Now, let's get onto these door cards. Right, we are now ready to get the door card on. All the screws and all the connections are in. There is one step that you must not forget because it's easily done. I'll show you. Make sure the connection down here is plugged in on the door card right here. And the most important one, the latch right here. So this has to slide in to this silver metal bit. It will slot in there, and then also there is a little bracket for the plastic to sit in right here. That is something that you should not forget doing when removing a door. Let's get this on. Door card number 2. It is a matter of rinse and repeat. There we have 2 door cards completely on. The interior in this thing is superb. Look at that. The boot will not open. I am going to replace the battery on this because I can't be having that happening all the time. This is looking quite filthy. So I am gonna get the vacuum and give the dashboard a once over myself because I do see quite a lot of excess residue from when the windscreen got replaced. There's shards of glass everywhere. We have these LED puddle lights that will sit just under here. So we are going to take the old ones out and replace them with these new ones. Here's how the current ones look. We will replace them with the SVR logo ones. We can now see this puddle light in all its glory. That is looking good, although it is the wrong way round. I will have to fix that right now and I will do the rest as well. Here we are, all the doors have now the SVR logo. So that's a nice little touch to finish it off for today. Thanks again for watching the video. If you like the video, please hit a big thumbs up. Also, hit subscribe down below. Now that the SVR is almost complete, I would like to know from you guys, should I take this on a track day and really test the limits? Let me know by putting yes in the comment section down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.